G'day everyone, welcome to Pearl Beach. Well, I've come to Pearl Beach today everyone, but I didn't paint because I knew that the weather was going to be pretty rough and a bit of rain and that today, so I didn't come to paint. But I thought I would come and try live streaming. Can have a quick chat and talk about some things art. So yeah, if you come along and pop in, come and say hi. So yeah, welcome to the channel everyone. So yeah, g'day. Yeah, I'm at Pearl Beach today and I hope that you can get this stream nice and clear, as I've been trying to test it here and there to see if it's okay. And I don't have a microphone for my voice, so if it's muffled from the wind or anything like that, I apologise about that. So yeah, I've got this little spot here at Pearl Beach. I just spin you around. So yeah, this is Pearl Beach, and you've probably seen me come here and paint here before, hey? So yeah, what's been going on? I was planning on coming and painting today, but unfortunately the weather is a bit dim, even though I've got out and painted plein air before. But yeah, it's not that good today. A bit windy, a bit cold. But anyway, I'll show you guys where I went yesterday. So yesterday I went to another little spot that I found, and this spot is in Point Claire. So it's in Point Claire, and I thought, I found this little spot, and I thought, what a good little spot. I'll have to come here and paint plein air one day. And I thought, it's a beautiful little spot. So I'll go down there and do a painting one day, because it's always good to find new spots. So yeah, that's where I went yesterday, to Point Claire. So yeah, it's on the water's edge, and it's a quiet little spot, and I'm definitely going to go and do a plein air painting there one day. So that's the plan. What else did I get up to? So yesterday was a beautiful day and it was nice, but today is a miserable day. That's why I'm not doing the plein air painting. So anyway, that was that. And then also yesterday, I'll show you guys where I am. So this is where I am. I'm about 80 minutes north of Sydney, and it is between Pearl Beach. Well, actually I'm on the edge of Pearl Beach, at the north end of Pearl Beach, near Yamina Beach. So yeah, 80 minutes north of Sydney. So yeah, I hope the stream's okay. I hope it's clear. And yeah. So yeah, welcome. And so what I'm going to talk about is, as an artist, trying to get better when you have limited time. In my case, at this stage in my life, I can only paint like one day a week. As much as I've got the passion, I want to paint every day, but I don't have that time, you know, because of work and that kind of thing. But so Sundays become my day of painting. So today, like I didn't paint, so I'm not going to get a chance to paint. It's going to be 2 weeks by the time I get back to paint again. So you know, like, what do? You know, but I found that if you visual it in your head, and you always think about art, and you think about mix and paint and all that kind of thing, then it's kind of like you're painting, because you're rehearsing what you're looking for to paint, what you're going to paint, and that kind of thing. So yeah, even though I'm not painting, I'm still in that zone. I'm still looking at colours and what to paint and all that kind of thing. So you know, as an artist, it never sort of stops, doesn't it? It doesn't really stop. So yeah, that's just you know how it is. So I'll show some paintings that I've got here that I've done plein air. I've done these paintings like over the last year or so, and these are the paintings that I've done plein air. Not all of them. So that one there was here actually, and then that one over there was that one there was in Terrigal. That's when I won the 5 lands. That one is in Ettalong. What else we got here? This one was at Yamina. I painted that at Yamina plein air. That's when the surf carnival was on. This one was painted here up the beach, and that one was at McMaster's Beach. That was a good. I love doing that painting. That one there is Avoca Beach. So that was good as well. So yeah, there's some of the paintings I've done, and once again, this is where I am. I am near Yamina Beach and Pearl Beach, about 80 minutes north of Sydney. So I hope you guys can hear me clear. I don't know if it's clear or what, if it's too windy or what, but anyway, I'll give it a go, and if it doesn't work, I can delete it next time, I guess. So yeah. Alright, so what else can I show? Oh, and then I had a barbecue. That was my dinner. I made a barbecue, and so it was a pretty just normal day for me yesterday. And then like today, I did want to come do plein air painting, but I couldn't because of the weather. And then at the end, well, I've got these. Just show you guys here. I've got this plant, or it's a citrus tree, and let's move it over. Alright, we'll just play that. I've got this citrus tree called a yuzu. It's a Japanese citrus, and it's so beautiful. You can eat the skin, the rind, and everything, and it's really nice. I had a Japanese tea, so that was really good. So yeah. Spin you around again. So yeah, that's just my standard day. I'm a simple guy, and I just enjoyed, barbecue. One thing I didn't do is cut the grass. I wanted to cut the grass, but I couldn't squeeze that in my day. So yeah, that was all that. So anyway, what else I do? Oh, I swim. I swim every day. Yeah, I always go for a swim, and yeah, enjoy that. So yeah, welcome to the live stream. And I'm sorry I'm not painting today. But I thought I'll come and have a chat, and if this works, I'll do it again. So yeah, thanks for coming along, everyone. And yeah, this beautiful spot here, Pearl Beach. And I've got a little bit protected by the wind here. I thought the wind was going to be really like howling, but it's not too bad, It's not too bad. So yeah, once again, this is where I was yesterday. I found another painting location. It's in Point Claire. So that's that there. It was a nice day. There was sailing boats and all that sort of thing. So yeah, well, let's talk about getting motivated as an artist. Like, okay, so I'm not a skilled artist like one that's gone to uni and all that sort of thing. Like, basically I'm self-taught, and all that I have done in my art career in learning or academic skills is basically I went to a workshop, and I've done a workshop for a week, and basically I'm self-taught. I taught myself to mix paint. That took a while to really be able to mix paint. So I've been painting as an artist for 21 years. I don't think I've really got there yet as an artist. I think my strength as an artist is mixing paint. I think I can mix paint pretty pure and pretty close to what it is when I see it out there. But I know I need to work on composition. I always struggle with composition, and especially when I get to foregrounds and things like that. Composition's always a bit hard for me. So yeah, that's one area that I need to improve on. Composition and also techniques. Now I know with the palette knife, I'm pretty good with the palette knife, and I was able to adapt and learn and get better with the palette knife as I went. Sometimes with the palette knife I can get to set in a way of everything sort of the same shape and all that, but I'm learning now to break that up with the palette knife. So yeah, like I'll show you guys an example here with this painting here. This is the painting that, alright, we'll go down back here. I'll just let this play, and then when I get to the painting I'll show you. So I find with doing a lot of things like with detail and all that sort of thing, when I get to the midground and the foreground, I find using the palette knife a lot better for me. And yeah, this painting here. So this painting here was done at Yamina Beach over there. And if you can see on the beach halfway down, there's all those tents and that kind of thing. I put all that in with a palette knife, and that comes with confidence and being confident and having to go, not to be scared to do it. And I remember there used to be a time where I would be too scared to try something like this, and I think a lot of it with art sort of comes back to that. Same with this painting here, that wave painting, that a lot of that was done with a palette knife as well. So you sort of just tend to get confident and you know, better with the palette knife. So that comes in time. So I'll just end that and just spin you guys around again. So yeah, I found the palette knife a really good tool for me as I was growing as an artist, and I switched to palette knife with brush marks and techniques and all that, because I'm self-taught. I'm still learning, so I'm not an expert in that kind of thing. But going on, one thing that I think I've got as an artist that's really helped me and kept me going is I had the passion and the inspiration. And if you've got that passion and that inspiration, it's like with music. If you've got that passion and the inspiration as an artist, then that will take you and you will grow in leaps and bounds. So my advice is, if you haven't gone to art school or whatever, it's okay. Like me, I didn't go to art school. Of course, getting trained properly, like the Russian Impressionists and that kind of thing, of course they're going to be on another level, you know, like in the old days, like Sargent and that. They're really, really good because they learn academically, you know, Monet and all them, they all learn academically. But if you're self-taught, don't think, oh, I'm never going to be that good, because it's your passion and you learn as you go, and it's a lifelong journey as an artist, you know. That's what I found anyway, and that's really helped me. And I don't beat myself up because I'm not, you know, qualified and trained as an artist. So yeah, you know, it's part of being an artist, you know. It's a long life journey that you learn. So yeah, that's Pearl Beach, and thanks for coming along, everyone. And yeah, what else? I'm just trying to work out the chat here. Show chat view. Oh, here we go. Oh, okay. Hi Laura, how you going? Okay, so sorry about that. I couldn't see the chat. I couldn't see the chat if anyone was hearing it. So that's better, because I know people are watching, but I can't tell. So yeah. Anyway, going back to as an artist, what I learned to paint with. So when I first started painting plein air, before plein air, when I first started painting as an artist, I used to paint in acrylics. And I thought, oh, acrylics are great. And people said, why don't you try oil paint? I thought, I'm scared to try oil paint. It just seems like I'm not at that level yet to try it. It just seemed too advanced. So I done acrylic for probably maybe about 2 years or so. And then one day I thought, I'll have a go at oil paint. And then I had to go at oil paint, and I thought, wow, how good is oil paint? Each to their own, but how good is oil paint? It's so forgiving. You make a mistake, you can scrape it out with the palette knife. You've got a week for it to dry. You know, oil paint is really, really good. Now, I'm not scared of oil paint. And I found with oil paint, you can get that colour, like when you look out, you can get that that colour. Oh, g'day, the beauty around us. No, I didn't paint today, as the weather was rainy when I woke up, but I wanted to come along and have a go at a live stream, see if it works and all that. So yeah, thanks for popping in. So yeah, I lost my chain of thought. Anyway, as I was saying, yeah, when you look out, you know, with oil paint, you can really match those colours, you know. If you look, I wonder if I can zoom in, here we go. You look right out there in those colours with oil paint, you can match it, you know. I found with acrylic, even though I'm using with acrylic yellow ochre, like the correct colours, viridian, yellow ochre, ultramarine blue and all that, when I mix it, it just doesn't seem like as pure as it is with oil paint, you know. So I found with oil paint, you can mix that colour that you see, like right spot on, like it's exactly the same, you know. And that's why I really love doing oil paint. And the key is, if you're starting out as an artist and you haven't got that experience yet with mixing paint and all that, just keep trying, because it took me like 7 years, honestly 7 years, to get better at mixing paint. I remember in my early time as an artist, about 7 years learning how to mix colour, because I've taught myself. Back then we didn't have internet, you know. I'm talking about like 2003, like that is when I started. There was internet, but I didn't have the resources. Not everyone had the internet. I used to go to the library and get books and all that, but nothing explained about mixing paint, you know. So yeah, learn to mix paint, learn to, you know, just do samples, maybe off a photo, how to mix that colour, you know, like the sand, you know. I'll give you an example here. Like, you look at that sand out there and you've got in the foreground, it'd be richer than the sand in the distance. So I would go, like, for that sand, I would be going like yellow ochre, titanium white, little bit of burnt sienna, and I'll be mixing that in. And then I would probably, because of the day it is, I would probably mute it a little bit. I would probably add a tiny bit of like ultramarine blue in there. And that, you know, you learn things like that as an artist, how to mix paint. So yeah, I'll just show you guys that have popped in. So this is where I am. I'm north of Sydney, about 80 minutes, at Pearl Beach, which is where I live, around this area. And I've come here just to have a chat and do the live stream today. So I hope it's okay. Is it clear? And can you hear me okay? If anyone can let me know there. Yesterday I went to this place here at Point Claire. I found another painting location. I'm going to go and do a painting there soon, probably in the next few weeks. So that's at Point Claire, and I thought, oh, beautiful, because they've got sailing boats, a lot of sailing boats and that around there. So yeah, oh, sounds good. Thanks for that. Beauty around us. Yeah, so this place, Point Claire, they've got sailing boats out on the water. So I thought I could go and do a plein air painting there. And maybe I was thinking I could do, the signal was not bad, I could probably do a live stream there and paint the sailing boats like one Saturday or something. So that might be a plan. So yeah, I might go down to Point Claire. It's a nice quiet little spot. Alright, so what else can I show you guys? So yeah, yesterday, pretty simple day, just had the barbie, and I didn't cut the grass, naughty boy I am. So I just had a barbie, and then I got this citrus tree, Japanese citrus, and I had a yuzu tea. So yeah, I didn't do any oil painting, and because I'm not painting this week, I won't be oil painting. It'll be 2 weeks since I've picked up a brush. So, but I'll get back into it. I'll get back into painting next week. I paint with young Zach and Ed, another guy, Ed Birdie and Zach. We went painting. That's where we done that video down out at the Hawkesbury not long ago. And I've got Hide up in Newcastle, an old Japanese mate. He's like in his 70s and he's like fighting fit. It's like a 20-year-old. So he's like a 20-year-old and he's like 70 something, because he does like karate or aikido, I think it's called. So he's really fit. So we meet up and paint between Newcastle and Central Coast, sort of meet somewhere in the middle, like Nora Head or something like that. So yeah, I've got things to do with, you know, with other artists. We need to catch up. And also here in Pearl Beach, in, what is it? It's Easter Saturday, which is just a few weeks away. We've got the Pearl Beach Art Fair coming up. So the Pearl Beach Art Fair is basically like a fete, where there's going to be about 20 of us artists selling our artwork, and there's going to be like people will come along and buy a painting. So hopefully I should do well. So basically at the end of the beach, up that end, but inland a little bit, that's where, well, it's at the Arboretum, the Pearl Beach Arboretum. That's where we're going to have the art fair. So I'm looking forward to that. That's coming up on Easter Saturday. So I've got a lot going on lately, and apart from work. So I wish I could paint every day, but unfortunately at the moment all I can do is paint on Saturdays or Sundays. So yeah, it's a miserable day. It's a bit cold. Wow, look at this. Look at the water come up. It must be like coming high tide. It's really, really rough. Yeah, that's right, Nora Head. Ain't it a beautiful spot, Nora Head? And I've gone painting and I've hit there a couple of times, and it's been really, really great. Wow, look at this swell come up, folks. Really, really beautiful. Like, that'd be nice to paint. I actually should have just put my jacket on and my raincoat and just come and done the painting, but I didn't. I thought it was, when I got here, I thought it was going to be raining, but it's not too bad, eh? So yeah, anyway, I might wrap this up, but I just wanted to do a test and see how it goes. But yeah, Laura, exactly. Oh, you guys are here, we'll keep talking then, eh? I'll go another 10 minutes. So yeah, look at that, like, to paint that. Do you know, I struggle like with this. So yeah, I struggle with like the composition of, you know, like the sand as it goes off. I can never seem to get that right. That's one strength I need to work on as a painter. So yeah, that's one thing, you know, I've got to work on. So that's one thing I know I can work on. G'day Steve, how you going, mate? Yeah, that is a great scene to paint, ain't it? I'll see if I can just gently move you guys around. Okay, so there's Lion Island out there. See that island? I'll just place you guys down gently. There we go. That island out there is called Lion Island. And apparently, or you're not allowed to go on there. No one is allowed to go on there because it's national park. And it'd be awesome to go on there, but you can't go on there because that's just the way it is. So, g'day mate, Alan. G'day Neil. Yeah, so that island out there, Lion Island, it is national park, and apparently there's fairy penguins. You know those little fairy penguins? Those little tiny ones that are like, you know, they're like that high, the little fairy penguins. Oh, I'm sitting on a plastic bag because it's a bit wet. But there's fairy penguins out there that live apparently on the edge of that island, and there's also hammerhead sharks that breed around there. So it's a real unique place, that Lion Island. So yeah, it's a beautiful spot here. There's a lot of like nice nature and that kind of thing. I'll show you guys where I am. So I'm between Pearl Beach and Yamina Beach on this miserable day, but it's not too bad now. There's still a bit of wind, and I didn't do the painting today, but oh well, I'll be back in the saddle next week. And yesterday, once again, I went to this spot. I found this painting location, Point Claire. There you go, Point Claire by the water. I'm going to do a plein air painting here. I found this new spot, so that looks pretty good. So I'm looking forward to doing that. And for those of you who don't know me or my art, these are the paintings I've done plein air. So most of them are done, yeah, they're all done plein air on this channel. So you can scroll back and find the videos of those paintings that I've done. So yeah, that one there is Yamina, the beach behind me, not this beach. And that's done on this beach, just up a bit, a few hundred metres up. That's done at McMaster's Beach, that one. And that one was done at Avoca Beach. And that one there on the right, that's the Hawkesbury River. That was done from the studio. But I'm pretty sure I've got another. I'll show you guys if I can. Just 1 second. I've got it here. Oh, I didn't save it, silly boy. Oh well, and I didn't save it. But anyway, here is, so basically this is from Yamina Beach, the other beach looking back to this beach. Where that red dot is, that's where I am, like right on the point there. So that's the location. So anyway, back to the art. So yeah, as I said, if any of you guys that don't know my history as an artist, I'm self-taught. I've been painting for 21 years now. And so I'm 51, I took up art when I was 30. And it's, you know, art has been the best thing in my life that has really, like, it's saved my life in that sense, you know, with art. Like in a nutshell, I lost my brother and my dad both tragically a while ago. My brother died in 2006 and my dad died in 2011, both in tragic accidents, and I was so close to them. And art really helped me heal and really helped me move on in my life from that kind of thing. So art is therapy. It becomes your life. Like, I don't have much time, but weekends, all I want to do is paint. You know, that's how good art is, and it can really change your life. And then as you get better as an artist, you can sell your art. And how good is that? You sell your art, make a little bit of money, you know. It's so great. It's a really great, like, I guess like music, you know, it's a really great hobby, you know. I just love it, you know, and that's why I'm passionate about art. So yeah, thanks for enjoying the paintings. Yeah, so, so painted 20 years ago. Okay, so in my art career, because I'm self-taught and I'm not academically trained, that I entered a few, like probably about 3 or 4 years into my art career as painting, I entered a few like Easter show, things like that, art prizes. And I entered an art prize called the Westmead Hospital Art Prize. And I think it was 2012, I think. So I was painting, 10 years. Yeah, it would have been 10 years. And I won first prize in the large artwork section. And it was a painting, a big painting, like over a metre of Saint-Tropez, France. And anyway, I didn't go to the prize because the final, you know, because I didn't think I would win. And my workmate had a painting, and he went up and said, "Hey Tez, guess what? You just won first prize in the large artwork section." I said, "Really?" He said, "Yeah." He said, "You got $2,000 first prize." He said, what do you want me to do? Pick up your check?" I said, "Yeah, all right. Pick up my check. I'll give you $100. So yeah, that was my first art prize that I won. And basically, after that, and then so that was 2012. But during that time, I sort of had little breaks from art, even though I was painting, but not as much because I was just grieving, you know, like the loss of my brother and my dad, you know, and I stopped entering competitions and that kind of thing. And then when I moved up here 5 years ago, I started to enter the Plein Air, this will be my 3rd year, the Plein Air, 5 Lands Walk Plein Air exhibition that's coming up in June. So the first year, this will be my 3rd year, so 2 years ago, I got highly commended and I won accommodation in this beautiful Tuscany style house on the edge of the cliff there at Terrigal called Sirocco. That was so great, a weekend at this place. And then last year I won the first prize, and I actually thought I wasn't going to win. I thought I've stuffed it because I'd done 3 paintings. I thought they were okay, but wasn't what I envisioned. I thought I was going to do better, and it wasn't that good, you know. So I won it, and I was so $2,000. You know, that's a lot of money, ain't it? So when you start winning prizes like $2,000 for your art, you know, that's okay. The beauty around us. Yeah, that happens in life. We go through these hurdles, these ups and downs, but it makes you a better person, you know? Like the potter and the clay, you know, like God's working on us and moulding us in our lives, you know? And we're getting better as we go, hey? And that's you know, we want to make a difference in this world, eh? And so anyway, the Plein Air, the 5 Lands Prize this year, yeah, as I said, when I done it and I took the paintings up, I was exhausted because I'd done 3 paintings all day. Took it up to the judging. There was 3 judges. They went around, looked at all the paintings. When they got to my paintings, they were taking their time and all that, and I thought, I don't know. And then I thought, maybe I'm a chance, say. So anyway, what happened was, the end result is I got the first prize, which I was really, really shocked. I nearly cried out. I couldn't believe it. So that was 2 years ago, I got the highly commended, and then this year, or last year, I got the first prize. So that's pretty much all I've done as an artist. I've had some highly commendeds or finalists in like the Hawkesbury Art Show, and maybe one or 2 more, but I can't really remember. Nothing that big. But basically, I don't really focus on art prizes and all that much. But this Plein Air prize here, the 5 Lands Walk one, I got to enter because I'm a plein air painter. Why not, eh? So you have to do it. So anyway, that's basically it. What I've done, but I just enjoy doing the plein air painting, and you know, every week, you know, like in my job, you know, I drive a truck. I'm driving a truck, you know, 60 hours a week or whatever. And I'm just dreaming of doing this, like just being here and painting, and even the live streaming. It's really great talking to you guys because, you know, you see a video, but how you see that video, I know that a lot of people that do YouTube, they're not really how they are in real life. I've met a couple, and I thought, he's nothing like his videos, this guy, you know. But I know with me, I'm the real deal. How you see me in my video, that's me. You know, why change? You know, I just love sharing art, you know. You know, I don't care about, like, I've been doing this channel for like, I think 5 or 6 years or something, and it's took so long to grow, and it's crossed my mind a couple of times to quit it, but I thought, I'm not going to quit art, so I quit filming it. So it's like a journal. You know, I've got a tiny channel. I'm not worried about that. But I like sharing my passion, and then I look back and I look back and I look at the videos, how I've grown as an artist and how I've looked. I remember like 4 or 5 years ago, I was like fat. Now I'm skinny as a rake. So, you know, it's good looking back, like the art journey, you know, how my art's gone and how I've sort of grown as a person as well, eh? Yeah, exactly. That's right, Steve. God, you know, God does bring us through, and we keep growing, you know. And each has their own beliefs and that kind of thing. But I found, you know, I'm a believer, and that's really helped me, like in my life, you know. So yeah, and you know, exactly. I hope I can win the 5 Lands painting art competition this year again, the Beauty Around Us. I hope I can. But if I don't, I'm just happy to be part of it because it's great. I've met so many nice people through that 5 Lands walk. It's been really good. But yeah, just being in it. I've already won, just being involved in it, you know. But no, I'm not going to quit painting, that's for sure. You know, I really love doing the plein air painting, and it's, you know, it's really great. And these paintings here that I've got, I'm going to sell them in a couple of weeks at Easter, and that's the reward. You know, I get a couple of $100 or whatever for my paintings. Well, it depends on the painting, how good it is, and that kind of thing. But so that's the bonus. Like, it's the painting is good for us, and then we get a bit better. We can sell them and make a few hundred, and it's great. I've got some things I want to buy. I can with that pocket money, I can buy some. When I sell the paintings, I can buy the little things I need. You know, I'm a simple guy. You know, like I'm like a minimalist. Is that how you say it, minimalist. I don't have much. I've cleared out all my life. I used to have a lot of clutter and a lot of things, and I've kept it right down simple to the point where basically a suitcase, you know, like that kind of thing. Not that little, but I've brought my life, so my life's in order, and I don't have any clutter in my life, and it's helped me. I don't have any clutter in my brain, but my brain does get foggy from driving that truck all the time. I'm worn out from that, but that's just the stress of work. That's where doing the swimming, I swim every day, that clears my mind from that. So exercise is really good. I tell you what, you can get to the pool, that's a game changer as well. Really changes your life, like swimming. So yeah, I'll spin you guys around and move you back around here slowly. There you go. So yeah, you know, being an artist, it's been like probably one of the best things in my life that's happened to me, picking up that brush. And I will give a shout out to Garth. Garth, if you're ever watching this, Garth, okay, I'll just straighten that up a little bit. So my cousin Garth, he got me into art back in 2003, and if it wasn't for him, I probably would have never picked up a brush. But that's how life works, hey? You know, you go through these experiences, and I picked up a brush, and I thought, wow, I love this. I want to paint. And then that's how my life changed, you know? So yeah, swimming is great. You know, like you got to get, I'll just spin you around here. You have to find in your life what you love, you know? And I'm out there doing plein air paintings, right? And I see these people and they come along and go, like it might be a mum, she might say, oh, I love art and I used to paint, but I stopped. And I said, well, why did you stop painting? She said, because I had the children and I got too busy and that kind of thing. And I said, art is what you need. You know, like you make time, get back into it. You can have that back again. So a lot of people, they go through life and they've got these passions and these dreams, but they never fulfill them because they're too busy being a mum or a dad or too busy with work. But I think, you know, from my perspective, there's no excuse, because I know myself, I work crazy hours and I'm worn out. Like if I had my way, I'll lay in bed all weekend. That's how tired I am from work. But the art, it just gives me that energy that I don't have, and same with the swimming, and I go to another level, you know. Like I'm tired, mentally tired, physically tired, but with the art, it just lifts you and you get so passionate. And you know, I remember going painting so worn out, but then when I look at a view like that and I go, wow, quick, get me brushes, I want to paint, you know. And that's how it is with art, you know. Art can really stimulate you, and I think it's really good, really good for your mind, you know. Oh, hi cuz, how you going? Hope you're going good. It's good to see you. Oh, hi Jasmine, how you going Jasmine? Hope you're going good. Hi mate, hi Scott from Texas. Wow, you know, I really want to go to America one day. You know, I love to go to America. I don't know what it is. I'll tell you where I like to go in America. I've always wanted to go to, you know, the movie Birds, Alfred Hitchcock. There's a place called Bottega Bay, I think it is. So I think it's north, on the way to Oregon, north of San Francisco, I think. Bottega Bay. I've looked it up and I thought, if I ever go to America, I want to go to where they filmed Birds, Bottega Bay, and I want to paint plein air there. I thought that's on my bucket list. Texas would be awesome, and I think if I come to Texas, I want to paint like western scenes, I guess, like horses and farms and barns and that kind of thing. And I want a Texas barbecue. You know, Aussies make good barbecues, but I think the Texans, they would do the best barbecue, I reckon. On the East Coast, New York fascinates me. It'd be really great to paint in New York. like street scenes and that kind of thing. And even in like the Midwest and like Missouri, there's one subscriber that's from Missouri, Mel. Hi Mel. I like to go to places like that, and you know, like where the Amish and that are, in like Pennsylvania and all that. That would be beautiful, like doing those quiet, quaint, rolling hills, those kind of scenes. There's so much in America I want to paint. So one day I hope I get to America and paint. Same with the UK. I want to go to the UK. I want to paint in Constable Country, where John Constable painted. And I want to go to where Turner painted. I think like around Blackpool, things like that. And of course, on my bucket list, I want to go to France. I want to paint along the Seine River where Monet painted. I've got that passion for that. When I ever started painting, you know, I used to go on Google Live Street View and go through France along the River Seine looking for plein air spots. Spend hours and hours. And I remember someone saying to me, "What are you doing?" I said, "Oh, I'm just looking for painting locations in France." Never been. But anyway, that kept me busy. So yeah, I'll show you guys. So they're just things. Hi Emily, how you going? We got all that plus great Texas barbecue, Colorado up north. Yeah, Colorado. Oh, that I'd love to do a plein air of the Colorado Rapids. Hey, wouldn't that be awesome? So yeah, this is where I am, between Pearly and Yamina, and yeah, it's a nice spot here. I didn't know I could do live streams because the signal's really bad here, but what it is, I upgraded to 5G, and now all of a sudden, looks like I can do live streams, so that's really good. And then for those of you who are coming, I had a barbecue yesterday, just kept it simple. That was my dinner. So I had a barbecue. And before that, I went to this spot here at Point Claire, and I found this plein air location at Point Claire, and I'm going to go and do a plein air painting there very soon, because I want to paint sailing boats that go past. Oh yeah, the English seaside. Yeah, the beauty around us, definitely. I want to go, okay, there, Cornwall, basically all the English countryside, the coastline, I want to paint. And I know if you went there, you got to really rug up because it'd be absolutely freezing cold. There's so many like great places, like wherever you live, you know, as an artist, wherever you live, you can make and find beauty and put that on canvas. Okay, so there's an artist here, and so when I took up painting 21 years ago, I got the magazine and I looked, and there was an artist in there called Warwick Fuller, and one of Australia's best landscape artists. So when King Charles comes, this artist Warwick Fuller, he paints for King Charles in the royal tour. So anyhow, Warwick Fuller, that artist, he's in his 70s now. He said to me years ago, he said, you could look at a flower between a crack of pavement, you know, like a footpath, and that could mean something to you. Paint that. So there's beauty everywhere, you know, wherever you are. Even some people might say, well, I live in the middle of, like, you know, nowhere. There's nothing out here that inspires me to paint. You gotta, as an artist, you gotta look deeper. You gotta look deeper into it and paint. Like, look, for instance, right? You look at this rock. These rocks here. You can do a painting of that. You know, like an abstract sort of painting. So there's endless subjects to paint. Doesn't matter where you are, you know. There's always something to paint. But yeah, Kent. Actually, do you know Kent? That's where I'm from, my heritage. So if you don't know, I'll just put, you guys might be a little bit too close. If you don't know the history of Australia, okay, so 1788, in 1788 they sent, Captain Cook come, and then they sent 13 ships from England. Okay, so my heritage is Irish, English and Scottish mixed, but I'm probably more Irish than the others. But my relative that come here in Australia, he was on there was 2 fleets that come in Australia, the first fleet and the second fleet. On the second fleet, my relative, so in England at the time, back in 1788, it was famine apparently, and there was a lot of people stealing to survive. My relative stole a horse, and this is what my aunties and that looked up. We tracked it all down and found out how we got here. He stole a horse, and he ended up getting sent to Sydney in the second fleet. And he was from Kent. So I'm from Kent. So if I go back, that's as far as I can go back, that my family came from Kent, you know. That's my convict side. My other side is my grandmother's heritage was from Edinburgh, and my grandfather, who was Irish, I think he was from, might be Limerick in Ireland. So I know a little bit about my history. So most Aussies that are here from like I'm an 8th or 9th generation Aussie, we're convicts, and our ancestors come in back in 1788. So that's how we got here. But now, with Australia, how it's grown, there's so many other foreigners here that are only 1st or 2nd generation Aussies. But I'm proud that I've been here, like my great grandfather was here in Australia, you know, so I'm proud I got that heritage. So I know a little bit about my heritage, you know, where I'm from here in Australia. So yeah, it's really good. So yeah, and basically my heritage is, yeah, so I'm Irish, English and Scottish. That's where I'm from. And a little bit about me in a nutshell. Okay, so I'm 51 and I've got 6, Neville, Jamie, Julianne, me. Yeah, there's 6 of us. I've got six siblings. And but my oldest brother, he passed away in 2006, and I really miss him a lot. But I love all my family, but you know, you miss the ones that go, that's for sure. I'll show you guys a picture. This is a picture of me and my siblings, my 2 older brothers. I'll move it. There you go. So Neville on the right, that's my oldest brother that passed away. So he would be 56, 57 this year. And then my other brother, Jamie, on the left, Jamie turned 55 just in March, the other day. Yeah, oh really? So Auntie Jenny traced, so Rebecca's my cousin here in the chat. She traced our heritage back to 800 and 900s. Well, that's awesome, hey? I'm really thankful that I know that information from our aunties. They made all that effort to find out about our heritage, because it gives you a purpose, I think. So anyway, yeah, so I'm in the middle of this photo. That's me when I'm about 5 or 6 years old, I guess. So my auntie was a photographer, and she come down one weekend and took a whole heap of photos of us. So yeah, they're my brothers. Jamie on the left, me and Neville. And I've got 2 younger brothers, but they're like 12 years younger than me. But they're going good. And I've got 1 sister, my poor sister. Had to put up with all us boys, eh? So yeah. Anyway, I'm going to leg it because I've been doing it. It's about 40 minutes. But if you guys like this, drop it in the comments. Even if you watch this video later, I'll just show you guys. That's where I am again. And if you guys like the live stream and it's clear, I have to check it all later. I'll come back and I'll do it again, because I thought this was really good. I really enjoyed it. And thank you coming along, everyone. But the next live stream I'm going to do, I'm going to paint. So let's tune in. Also, I've got another channel that I'm starting, and it's called Talks with Tez. And basically I'm going to be doing stuff like this. I'll put it in the description in the chat, and you guys can have a look. And I'm going to start doing some live streams with that channel where I just talk about everyday life and that kind of thing. I'll probably come here because if the stream signal is good, it would be a good spot to do it. So anyway, thanks for coming along, everyone. One quick look, just say I haven't missed anything. I'll move the chat over there. Sorry, 1 second. Okay, sorry about that. I'm trying to work out, this is an app called Prism. Not prison, I'm not going to jail. Prism. I'm trying to work it out, so forgive me if it was a little bit rough and all that sort of thing, but I'll get there with experience. But anyway, Talks with Tez is my other channel. I'll put it in the description today, later on, and you guys can check it out. So if you just type in YouTube Talks with Tez, you might find it. It's only a tiny channel, but I'm going to do live streams. So anyway, thank you everyone, and if I missed any comments, forgive me. It's really hard to see. That's why everyone with the glasses. So yeah, that's comes of age, eh? Have a good one, everyone, and I'll talk to you in a hopefully a Plein Air video soon. Okay? And there you go, Pearl Beach. Say goodbye to Pearl Beach for today. Bye everyone. See you in the next video. Happy painting.